2024 has been a year full of awe-inspiring moments, and there's no shortage of inspiring stories to remind us what's possible when people go above and beyond. From a grandma making an unexpected glamorous comeback to a Finnish factory literally turning air into food, I kid you not, and one of our favorite rock stars stepping up to be a hero when someone needed him most, these viral stories remind us that innovation and kindness are thriving. So, are you ready for a dose of inspiration? I'm Mike with List 25, and here are the 25 most inspiring viral stories of 2024. 25. The viral video that raised $450,000 for a struggling veteran. Our first story of the day proves that even a tiny act of kindness can create something extraordinary. Earlier this year, Janelle Marie, a pawn shop employee in Manchester, New Hampshire, started noticing a regular customer, 91-year-old veteran Donald. He kept coming in to sell his wife's jewelry. Finally, her curiosity got the better of her and she asked him why he needed so much money. Donald explained he was struggling to make ends meet. He was caring for his wife who has dementia and their rent had gone up again. Janelle knew she had to help. She launched a GoFundMe and raised $1,300 and recorded the emotional moment she surprised Donald with the money in a heartfelt TikTok video. Then, the magic happened. The video went viral. 14 million views, 1.7 million likes, and donations flooding in from all over the world. By the end, the campaign raised nearly $450,000. But Janelle wasn't done. She helped Donald manage the funds, connect him with an attorney, and even negotiated with his landlord. It all started with an act of kindness, and it changed everything. 24. A next-level Aussie love story. How far would you go for love? Well, for 26-year-old Jordan Howinschild from Australia, the answer was halfway across the world. In 2023, Jordan stumbled upon the Instagram profile of Pitiyurk, a 24-year-old indigenous Ecuadorian man living in the Amazon jungle. Captivated, she sent him a message, and he replied. Over the next 4 months, they bonded through video chats, learning about each other's lives on opposite sides of the globe. In March 2024, Jordan quit her job and traveled 35 hours to meet him. Their time together was magical. Canoe rides, waterfall kisses, and even bonding with his family. Their romance went viral on TikTok, and in June, Flight Center offered to fund her return flight to Ecuador. Despite the distance, Jordan and Pitiyurk are proving their love truly knows no boundaries. 23. John Cena's motivational message. What do John Cena, Kai Cenat, and a chicken Big Mac have in common? An incredible moment that had the internet buzzing. During a surprising appearance on Kai Cenat's Twitch stream, Cena joined in to try the new McDonald's Chicken Big Mac. But it wasn't just about the food. He also used the occasion to share a heartfelt message encouraging viewers to keep going and keep chasing their dreams. The clip quickly took off and racked up millions of views on social media. The 16-time WWE World Champion and actor also shared some personal news. He's planning a farewell wrestling tour in 2025. Thanking his fans, Cena emphasized the importance of health, gratitude, and retiring on his own terms. A reminder to always end every journey on a high note. 22. A grandma's glamorous comeback. Ollie Moole, a social media influencer, gave his 77-year-old grandmother, Helene, the surprise of a lifetime, a professional photo shoot in Paris. Helene was an international model back in the day, but her career had long been in the rearview mirror. That is, until Ollie shared a video of her modeling highlights on social media, and it blew up. The video went viral with over 30 million views on TikTok and Instagram. Riding that momentum, Ollie planned a Parisian photo shoot and gave Helene the spotlight she deserved. The results were stunning. The moment celebrated his grandmother's strength and rekindled the passion that defined her past. 21. The incredible 2024 Olympic moments. The 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris gave us unforgettable athletic feats and introduced us to new bright stars. But some moments definitely took the viral route. Take Egyptian fencer Nada Hafez. She made headlines when she revealed that she had competed while 7 months pregnant. Then there was the Fiji Olympic team, which won hearts with their beautiful communal singing in the Olympic Village. And I am 100% sure you saw the Turkish shooter Yusuf Dikic, at 51, who defied every expectation with his minimalist approach, even taking home a silver medal. Okay, and I have to mention the Australian breakdancer Rachel Gunn. Now, I know she was controversial with a capital C, but at least we all had a good laugh, right? Sweet moves. 20. An emperor penguin's record-breaking journey. A determined emperor penguin made its way to the shores of Australia after an incredible 2,100-mile journey from Antarctica, the longest ever recorded for the species. So yes, happy feet actually happened. Affectionately named Gus by rescuers, the penguin was found on Ocean Beach in Denmark, Western Australia. Malnourished but alive, Gus was quickly taken in by wildlife experts, who began nursing him back to health while determining if and how he could safely return to his Antarctic home. Emperor penguins rarely leave the icy waters of Antarctica, so we may never know if Gus got lost or if changing environmental conditions pushed him to embark on this extraordinary trek. What we do know is that his story has captured the hearts of millions around the world. And that Benedict Cumberbatch has a hard time saying penguin. Pinglings, penguins, pinglins. 19. The baby hippo taking the world by storm. Tell me you know who Moo Dang is. If you don't, let me tell you, you're about to fall in love. Moo Dang is an adorable baby pygmy hippopotamus born on July 10th, 2024 at Thailand's Khao Khiao Open Zoo. Since her birth, she's gained a massive following online, with over 3 million fans on Instagram and TikTok thanks to her irresistible waddles and playful splashes. Her rise to fame began with a video of her happily paddling in a pool, which instantly went viral. And just when you thought she couldn't get any cuter, Moo Dang got her very own theme song, Moo Dang, released in November. The catchy tune, available in multiple languages, has racked up millions of streams and turned her into a global icon. 18. A hilarious obituary. When you lose a parent, it's important to leave a lasting tribute. For some, the grief is unbearable, making it hard to put feelings into words. For others, it's an opportunity to celebrate a loved one's life in the spirit they lived it. When Charles Boehm sat down to write his dad's obituary, he chose the latter. He wanted to capture Robert Adolph Boehm's personality as authentically as possible, and his dad was an oddball. He began by declaring that his dad was God's problem now, and went on to share Robert's eccentric habits, like using harmonicas to make his dogs howl at all hours, and his love for boldly mismatched shirts and pants. Even his lifelong hobby of shooting historical weapons got a mention, with the bullet holes in his car dashboard as proof. The obituary reached over 1 million views and reminded all of us to cherish our loved ones, eccentricities and all. 17. A couple sacrificed their wedding fund to save an injured dog. On Halloween, Dylan McKay of Arkansas saw a Facebook post about an injured golden doodle left by the side of the road. He didn't hesitate. Grabbing towels and blankets, he rushed to the spot and found the injured dog. He lifted her into his car with the help from strangers and sped to the nearest emergency animal hospital. Despite her pain, the dog, later named Acklin, rested her head on Dylan's lap all the way there. At the vet, Dylan and his fiancée, Emily Roberts, were informed that Acklin had no microchip and all medical costs would be their responsibility. Without hesitation, the couple emptied their wedding fund and life savings to cover the emergency surgery. Their selflessness inspired a wave of support. A GoFundMe campaign, originally set for $11,000, has now raised $39,000 and will cover Acklin's surgeries and ongoing rehabilitation. And real quick, if you guys are enjoying this video, please don't forget to give it a like, share, comment, subscribe, do all that. I know us YouTubers say it all the time, but that's because it helps the algorithm, so it helps us grow. So I appreciate everything you guys do for us. Thank you so much. Back to the list. 16. The man who defied brain dead. Jacob Hendo was trapped inside his own body for nearly a year. He couldn't speak, couldn't move, couldn't even blink. Doctors told him he'd never recover and labeled him as brain dead by the time he reached stage 4 acute toxic progressive leukoencephalopathy, a condition so severe no one has ever survived it. Locked-in syndrome left him completely aware but unable to communicate, even as nurses gossiped around him, thinking he couldn't hear them. Then, 10 months later, Jacob somehow moved his wrist. That tiny gesture was noticed by his nurses, and all hell broke loose. Over the next 18 months, he fought to regain the ability to blink, speak, and eventually walk again. Today, Jacob is the first known survivor of stage 4 locked-in syndrome. He's even co-founded Ahoy, an app that helps people with disabilities navigate accessibility challenges. 15. The moment Kris saw the world in color. If you're a bit emotional today, you might want to skip Kris's video. But hey, if you need a good cry, trust me, watch it. You can even pause this video, watch it, and come back. For 47 years, Kris Sipe only saw the world in muted tones. Then, on a whim, he bought colorblind glasses, unsure if they'd even work. Standing in his Tulsa home, he put them on, and his reaction was pure magic. "This is what y'all see all the time?" he asked, his voice trembling as he took to the vivid greens and reds of the art in his living room. Watching The Wizard of Oz, the Emerald City practically jumped off the screen. "It's like a light switched on," he said, overwhelmed by emotions. Kris doesn't wear the glasses every day since it still overwhelms him at times, but he says the most beautiful thing he's seen so far is a bright yellow fire hydrant. 14. Minnie's release back into the wild. Minnie the monkey's story is equal parts heartbreaking and inspiring. Taken from the forest as a baby after her mother was killed, she survived unimaginable abuse in an online torture ring. Her abuser filmed his acts for a network of sadistic viewers, mainly in the US and UK. But Minnie's suffering ended when a BBC investigation, led by reporter Rebecca Henschke, exposed the operation and rescued her. After 2 years of recovery at the Jakarta Animal Aid Network Sanctuary, Minnie was finally ready to be returned to the wild. And the footage is beautiful. Rebecca joined her on release day and had an emotional moment as Minnie leaped through the trees with her adopted family. Minnie is now thriving on a protected forest island. In the meantime, 11 individuals involved in the ring have pleaded guilty or been sentenced, ensuring justice for Minnie and others. 13. The UK waves goodbye to coal. Coal used to be at the heart of Britain's industrial might, but in October 2024, the UK made history as the first advanced economy to quit coal entirely. This symbolic moment came with the closure of Ratcliffe-on-Soar, the nation's last coal-fired power station, now set for a 2-year decommissioning process. The shift away from coal was actually quite fast. Back in 2012, coal generated 40% of the UK's electricity. However, the combination of the EU's carbon trading scheme and the UK's 2013 carbon tax made coal unviable against cleaner, cheaper wind and solar power. The impact? Staggering emission cuts. UK power sector emissions have dropped by 75% since 2012, showing what's possible when policy aligns with environmental goals. 12. The UK's 4-day workweek trials. Not only did the UK ditch coal this year, but they also led the charge with a 4-day workweek trial, and the results were astonishing. The trial offered no pay cuts, with most participants shifting to a 4-day week, while some worked 9 days over 2 weeks. Companies like the British Society for Immunology and London's Crate Brewery took part. The first results are impressive. 92% of businesses plan to continue the shorter week. 71% saw a decrease in employee burnout, and 55% reported improved work ability. On top of that, businesses saw a 35% average revenue increase and a 57% drop in staff turnover. Joe Ryle, director of the 4-day week campaign, believes these trials prove the 4-day week works for everyone. 11. A Finland factory is turning air into food. I'm not kidding. Growing food out of thin air is now a reality. Earlier this year, a factory in Finland opened its doors to produce Helene, a revolutionary protein made using CO2, electricity, and a special microorganism. The process involves fermenting these ingredients and drying the result into a yellowish powder that could change how we feed the planet. Solar Foods, the company behind Helene, plans to produce 160 tons of this alternative protein annually, enough for about 5 million meals. While they admit it's a drop in the ocean, they're confident the production can scale up quickly. Already approved as a novel food in Singapore, this groundbreaking protein could revolutionize sustainable eating worldwide. Food from air? Yeah, the future is here. 10. A bracelet for people with dementia. In 1999, Project Lifesaver was founded in Virginia to help locate people who wander, particularly those with dementia. Participants wear wristbands that emit a frequency, a method often more reliable than GPS in certain situations. This year, the program reached its 4,000th rescue when it quickly found a 7-year-old boy with autism who had wandered off in winter in Indiana. Thanks to Project Lifesaver, he was safely returned to his family. Now, with over 1,700 certified agencies across the US and Canada, the program locates missing people in an average of just 30 minutes, providing families with much needed peace of mind. 9. Baking in a war zone. When the war began, many businesses in Ukraine closed down, but not Bakehouse in Kiev. Owner Anna Makievska left for safety with her kids, but her dedicated team stayed behind to keep baking. Every day, they've been giving away up to 1,000 loaves of bread to soldiers, hospital staff, and the elderly. English baker Andrew Green was so moved by their story that he rallied other chefs, and they came up with Need Place, a charity cookbook. All the money raised goes to the Ukraine humanitarian appeal. Makievska now lives in Portugal with her family, but still supports her bakery. For the team at Bakehouse, their efforts are a symbol of hope in the face of war, and they vowed to continue baking as long as their country needs them. 8. This year's Earthshot prize winners. Have you ever heard of the Earthshot Prize? It's an annual award designed to find and support creative solutions to some of the biggest environmental challenges we face today. This year, 5 incredible initiatives each received £1 million to help scale their solutions. One of the winners, the Altan Dala Conservation Initiative, helped save Kazakhstan's critically endangered saiga antelope from extinction. The project also restored the antelope's steppe habitat and reintroduced Przewalski's horses into the ecosystem. Other winners include Gaio, a waste management initiative in Africa, the High Ambition Coalition, Keep It Cool, a food waste prevention project in Africa, and Advanced Thermovoltaic Systems, a company that turns waste heat into electricity. 7. Australia is taking steps to protect children from social media. Australia is stepping up to protect its young people from the mental health issues linked to social media. In November, the government announced plans to set a minimum age of 16 for social media use, with penalties for platforms that don't comply. While they haven't laid out the details on enforcement, it's clear they're taking the issue seriously. This follows other countries taking similar steps. Just last month, Norway set the minimum age to 15, and France is trialing a ban on smartphones in schools. Ireland's likely to follow soon. In the Netherlands, one school even banned parents from using a marks sharing app after noticing it was adding unnecessary stress to students. Clearly, more nations are paying closer attention to how social media is affecting kids, and they're starting to take action. 6. A new way to beat dementia. Thanks to new research, we now know there's another way you can try to beat dementia: by working out on the weekends. A study involving over 10,000 people in Mexico City found that exercising just once or twice a week, even if it's only on the weekend, can lower your risk of developing mild dementia by 15% compared to those who don't exercise at all. The cool part? Well, you don't have to be a fitness fanatic to reap the benefits. Professor Gary O'Donovan, one of the study's lead researchers, suggests that if you're short on time, focusing on 1 or 2 intense workouts a week might actually be just as good as working out every day. 5. Egypt has just been declared malaria-free. This makes Egypt the 44th country to kick the disease to the curb. Malaria has been a part of Egypt's history for thousands of years, but now it's officially a thing of the past. The country's victory is also the result of nearly 100 years of hard work, including free malaria treatment for everyone and health workers trained to catch the disease at the borders. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, the chief executive of the World Health Organization, called it a major milestone. And Egypt's win comes at a time when other countries are also making strides. Vietnam has wiped out trachoma, the leading cause of blindness, and India and Pakistan were both just declared free of it as well. It's so exciting to see these health successes around the world. 4. We celebrated the world's first eye transplant. In yet another groundbreaking medical achievement, Aaron James from Arkansas is now living a normal life after receiving the world's first whole eye and partial face transplant. At 46, James lost most of his face in a high-voltage accident at work. The pioneering procedure included a full eye transplant. While James still can't see through the donor's eye, doctors have shared that the eye has retained its size, blood flow, and normal pressure, which is a massive step forward. Dr. Vadehi Dadanya, a retina specialist involved in the procedure, called the results incredible, while lead surgeon Dr. Eduardo Rodriguez emphasized that the next phase is restoring sight to the eye. For James, the transplant has been life-changing, and he's enjoying every moment of being back to just being a normal guy. 3. A college student was the go-to source for Hurricane Helene updates. When Hurricane Helene hit North Carolina, 21-year-old college student Ethan Clark became a lifeline for thousands. He runs the North Carolina's Weather Authority Facebook page, where he's been tracking storms and providing reliable updates for his followers, now over 400,000 strong. As the hurricane approached, people turned to Ethan for the latest info. In a video just before it hit, he warned about life-threatening flash floods and shared key details on what to expect. His calm, clear updates were a big comfort during such a stressful time, and many followers thanked him for cutting through the panic and giving them the facts they needed. A site that started out as a way to inform his family and friends has now become a trusted resource for the entire community. And in some cases, Ethan has even helped to save lives. 2. 38 million people can't get enough of this 5-decade love story. In 1976, Geraldine and Michael Wirtz met by a pool in California, and from that moment on, their lives would never be the same. Just 10 years after interracial marriage was legalized, they got married in 1977 and began a journey that's lasted nearly 5 decades. Along the way, they've raised 2 kids and become grandparents. But it's not just their incredible love story that's turned heads. It's the way they're sharing it with the world today. They've gone viral on Instagram, with over 38 million people tuning in to see how their love story unfolds. Their videos, which mix old photos from their early days with their family's current moments, are set to soulful tunes like Otis Redding and Mary Wells. But what really grabs people's hearts is how real they are. Their love story shows that no matter the challenges, true love endures. And as a biracial couple, their journey resonates with so many, inspiring others to believe in love no matter the obstacles. 1. The moment Jon Bon Jovi helped a woman in crisis. If you haven't seen this clip before, then I am so glad that I can be the one to share it with you. We've long known that Jon Bon Jovi has a heart of gold. I mean, his Soul Kitchen restaurant has served almost 20,000 meals during our latest check. But in September, he also became a hero after he saved a woman who was about to jump off a Nashville bridge. Bon Jovi saw the woman standing on the edge while shooting his latest music video. Without giving it a second thought, he walked over and started talking to her, calmly helping her back onto the bridge. He then gave her a heartfelt hug, filled with genuine concern and care. As if we couldn't love him more. The police commended Bon Jovi for his quick reaction and said that it was a powerful reminder that we all need to look out for each other. It was an incredibly moving moment, and it proved once again that heroes can come in all shapes and sizes. And yes, even in the form of genuinely awesome rock stars. And that's a wrap. I just love humanity on days like this. Now, kind of in a 180, normally I'd suggest another video for you when you get to this next point, but I've got something even more exciting to share. My brand new channel, Dark Roast Detectives. Not a lot of great humanity in these videos, but trust me, if you're a true crime lover, you won't want to miss it. I'm gonna go all out to bring you the best crime stories we can think of. So if you're out for something a bit more serious, hit the link and join me over there. And, well, if you're staying here, no worries. I'll see you in the next one.